Koholo Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Okay, microphone is on. I had to double check. Who rule well. Peace and mercy to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. This is something quick. I guess a study tool, a way you can, this can translate across many ways of learning, across many ways of understanding prophecy, and being able to immerse yourself in the book or in these scriptures that are your history, that is your history and your future, right? So this is an app called the Gentibus, and it helps you learn Latin. I'm trying to learn that in the Greek as well as our native tongue, which is the Hebrew, the Lashuan Kadash, with many other languages. I enjoy that. It's something I enjoy doing in my pastime, an aspiring polyglot. So with that being said, this is something I found that you can actually use and what's the word I'm looking for? Apply this to your learning and your understanding, right? Okay, so especially, with the scriptures. So step one, establish a foundation by reading about the context of the text. And I'm just going to use Jeremiah. Of course, you don't work. Blue Letter Bible won't load. Go figure. So you'll have to do it on your own. But I'm going to use Jeremiah 13 because I've been reading. I was making my rounds around each book, and I want to take my time, read through each book, and apply these things. Apply what I'm preaching, basically. So this starts here. All right, Jeremiah 13. Thus saith the Lord unto me, go and get thee a linen girdle, and put it upon thy loins, and put it not in water. So I got a girdle, and according to the word of the Lord, and put it on my loins. And the word of the Lord came unto me a second time, saying, take the girdle that thou hast got, which is upon thy loins, and arise and go to Euphrates. Go to Euphrates, and hide there. Hide it there in a hole of the rock. Hole of the rock. There we go. Okay. So I went and I hid it by the Euphrates, and the Lord commanded me, as the Lord commanded me. And it came to pass after many days that the Lord said unto me, arise, go to the Euphrates, and take the girdle from thence, which I command thee to hide there. Then I went to the Euphrates, and digged, and took the girdle from the place where I had hid it, and behold, the girdle was marred. It was profitable for nothing. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, thus saith the Lord, after this manner will I mar the pride of Judah. Now, when you look into that word girdle, it goes into like a sash, and how the common man would wear like a leather one, but of royalty would wear like a fine linen. And that to connotate, I think that's the word I'm looking for, or to show a representation of rulership, highness, being, within, basically being on a high level. And the Lord told him to do all those things to it. So he did a physical representation of something. So, he could really drive the point home to Jeremiah. So Jeremiah could go unto Judah, to go unto Benjamin, Judah, and Levi, and explain that to them, what the Lord was going to do because of their pride, because of their idolatry, because of their hard-headedness, their stiff-neckedness, right? So just as you go and you learn these just as you learn these languages, you can also use this a method to gain a better understanding of the scriptures. All right, so that first step is establish a foundation by reading about the context of the text. What was going on in that time? And a blue letter is a great tool, right? What was going on in that time? Who was ruling? What were the other nations that surrounded Judah? What gods were they worshiping that to where, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were leaning onto those heathen gods of wood and stone, right? Who was around them? What was the popular thing of that time? What was the dress of that time? Looking into the word linen or girdle or sash, going into the commentary. You can also, not only that, when you hit that little tab that has a commentary and it breaks down the word, it'll give you the cross references and everything. You have to go into that in the Greek and in the Hebrew. Okay, so step 2, explore the text. Okay, first reading and listening, and that's what I implement. I'll listen to the first 5 chapters of a book, as I go to sleep, or if I'm doing something, I can do that. And then after I listen to it, I go back and I read it. Okay, and after you go back and you read, then step 3, deep reading, fully understanding, look up words and notes and etc. Right? Then you go back. If there's a word you don't understand, boom, look that up, make a note of that. Go to the cross reference of that and see what lines up. Okay, all of these things line up together. These scriptures, the Bible, it is a many folding book with many precepts that line up upon each other. And I have not gotten, precept upon precept, line upon line. So let's talk about that. All right, let's get that. I know it's in Isaiah. I just don't remember where. All I need to do is upon. Yep. Okay, that's Isaiah 28:10 for precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. And you look in the book of Psalms and it tells you, through thy precepts I gain understanding, or I get understanding. Okay, not verse 3, point 3, deep reading to the full understanding. And then after that, take it a step further. Whatever you're reading, see if it comes up. Okay, go to YouTube, type in GMS, and then whatever you're reading or whatever subject you're on, look at the videos. Line these things up. Okay, this is a labor of love, much like cooking. It is a labor of love. And you dig into this. It is your history. It is your future. Okay, take it by the horns and ride that bull, man. You got to get into these scriptures. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And the Lord, that's a way that you show seeking the Lord while he may be found. Okay, and I'll just keep it here. Isaiah 55:6. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. And that is how you do it. You delve into these scriptures, and you'll see the Holy Spirit will see that, it will sup with you. You will gain more and more understanding. More and more things will be revealed unto you. You may read something completely unrelated to what you were already reading, and boom, Holy Spirit will say, remember what you read? Link that precept together. Make a note of that. Put it in the notes in your app phone, or in your app phone, in your phone app, your notes app in your phone, or, write it down. Okay. Have your trusty notebook. I feel like every Israelite should have a couple of notebooks. I think I got about 5 of them. And it's also good to go back into those old notes, reread them, refresh yourself on things that you haven't read in a long time. This is your livelihood. Understanding these scriptures builds your faith. Building your faith will allow you to withstand what is coming. Because if you see all these things going on in the world, you can see very clearly and plain as day that the Lord is truly beginning to visit the place in which he made, right? 2nd Esdras, chapter 9. And Slaki, I lost my train of thought. And 2nd Esdras chapter 9 tells you that the Lord is visiting, but he is. These earthquakes are more and more frequent. I think it was Indonesia or China. One of those people. Well, let me see. Let's just do today. What we got today? You don't need my damn location. Tibet. So yesterday, 7.1 in Tibet. Okay. And then, you got these different FALSE, FLAGs that are happening around the country. Fire in California. These crazy weather patterns. Like I'm out right now I'm in Arizona, and it's cold as hell right now. I think it even snowed way down here in southern Arizona. It snowed. So the Lord is showing signs every which way you can turn. So it is more important now than ever to really delve not only into prophecy, but into the history, because there is nothing new under the sun. What is that? That is Ecclesiasticus. I believe that, not Ecclesiasticus, that is in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiastes in the Old Testament here. I believe it's on the 1st chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Ecclesiastes 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. All right. So boom, you see, just as the heathen that were round about us with our forefathers, as we were, back then, as we worship those false idols, and those abominations and these false gods, our people are doing the very same thing today. And the more you dig into the scriptures and the more you immerse yourself into them, you can link that unto today. All right, you have something to lean on. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because he made that sacrifice, he allowed the Holy Spirit to come down and sup with us, give us what we need. All right. Point 4, internalization. And this here is, I think, one of the most important ones, in my opinion, for language learning and for understanding scriptures. Now, with the internalization, you need to visualize. And that is a beautiful point that the Lord did for the prophets, especially as we read in Isaiah 13, where the Lord had Isaiah physically go and do something, and then it was a spiritual connotation to it, right? Go and preach that unto my people. I had you go do this. You physically did it. Now go and preach what I told you unto my people. And if you are able to establish your foundation, explore the text, deep reading, then it should be fairly easy to internalize or visualize everything that is going on. And you do it with the bad, with the scary things, right? That seem scary, and you do it with the good things, where it says, where the children will dwell safely in the streets, all right, in the kingdom. Or that you will take possession of the heathen and rule them with a rod of iron, or how Yahushua will return and turn these nations into dust. You have to visualize what you read, all of it. All these steps are very important, but visualization is something that is truly, to me, in my humble and personal opinion, is one of the most important things. And it translates through everything, all right? Language learning, okay? Learning these scriptures. And, I'm a martial artist nerd. Visualization is also good in your martial arts training, okay? Because you see what your opponent is going to do, and you tailor your shadow boxing to that. All right, now I'm kind of going off on a different thing, but I just want to drive the point home, right? So like when you spend 2 rounds on your shadow boxing of strictly footwork, okay, trying to visualize how your opponent will come at you. All right, then you focus another 2 rounds on defense, whether it be your first line of defense is your footwork, but then blocking and visualizing how to dodge a punch or a kick and then create an opening. Okay, these are things that you have to do. Visualization is very important, or visualization / internalization is very important. These are in your arsenal that you need to incorporate to strengthen your belief, to strengthen your faith, to strengthen your understanding. All right. So I pray that this was edifying and that you can take this piece of information and run with it. All right. Sharpen your sword. Okay. So with that being said, I truly pray that you are edified and that the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has mercy upon you and your household. Shalom.